what I don't understand though is how much of that is really a part of the success of the industry. Like when you were kind of, trying out, like, did you have to give sensual favors?
No.
Like, did you see people doing stuff like that? Were people just kind of degenerates, or what's the inside?
Yes, comedy is full of degenerates. It's full of alcoholics, drug addicts.
Like the podcast industry.
It really is, yeah. Except like podcasters are by and large way more successful, and they can be a little
business-minded,
a little more insular. Whereas like stand-up, you have to go to shows, you have to see people, you have to get on a list to get on a mic, you're on a lineup with other people, you're in a green room with other people all the time. So it's hard to do stand-up like completely by yourself. Whereas like podcasting, you more or less could. I mean, the more successful you get, you have more of a crew working for you, but like you could do more of it by yourself. You don't have to go to events, So yeah, there's a lot of degeneracy. Sure, in the beginning, like you're like there's not as many women doing stand-up because it's not a lifestyle that most women are down for. Like, it took me 10 years. Generally it says take like 10 years to kind of establish yourself and like find your voice, right? And most women don't want to sign up for that. They don't want to take the best, like the middle of their 20s to the middle of their 30s to just figure out if they can make a living doing stand-up. That's a huge gamble for women. Those are like your prime mating and dating years. That's when most women want to like find a husband and start a family, not like gamble 10 years on stand-up. But luckily I somehow found a great husband and also
but he was behind you. I mean, I don't want to get into your personal life, but he was like help managing you for a while, right? Like he was helping you with your job.
I don't know if he wasn't really managing me. He would help me with like my emails, and he would help me like
gas in your car.
Like really more just like kick my ass. Like, hey, how many mics have you been to this week? Hey, how many have you written to these people? Have you like
wait, a man needing to help a woman work?
Push me to like work a little bit harder because I have a bit ADD, a bit complacent, like a bit all over the place, and I needed help prioritizing. I needed help like organizing, and
you're like, yeah, I have ADD. It's like I didn't want to work. I want to just relax, nap, and stuff.
It's not even a laziness thing. It's truly not a laziness thing. It's you have a hard time prioritizing, and you're like, okay, I have these 10 things to do, but you're like, what's the most important thing to do today? I don't know. I'm just gonna deep clean the kitchen. I'll start with that.
Do you know that Scott Adams had a really interesting idea on like procrastination and laziness? He says are inextricably linked, and also I think something that's related to that as well. And the way I fix that, by the way, if you want to know, I have that too, and I used to put me on drugs as a kid for that reason. But the fix to that is people who procrastinate or are lazy or claim they have ADHD is what it is that you think about the cost that it takes to get somewhere. So sometimes you're like trying to think about like, so what do I need to do to do that? What do I need to do to do that? Should I go ahead and do that and to do this? That ends up leading to like several things. And I don't think it's just laziness and procrastination. I think it's also to ADHD and just confusion, like where you just feel like, I don't even know what to do. Because you're thinking about from the start line, where do you start? And then you're thinking about what the steps are in between versus people who get things done and are focused or type A personalities. You don't have to be born with it. I trained myself out of that by thinking about what I want to accomplish by the end of the day. So what do I want? So what I want is I want money. What I want is I want notoriety. What I want is I want home, and I want, meaning and purpose. Like these are the things I want. So I just do because anything I just ask myself, okay, what about this? Yep. Does that give me my goal? And I just go do it. I don't question myself anymore and people that are like not good workers or don't like to work is they're always thinking about like, oh, like I gotta go do this.
You mean black people?
I mean,
is this on?
Yes.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
As
everyone,
we call
of course.
them youths.
I mean,
right?
Yes. I mean, bicyclists.
But do you know what I'm saying?
Basketball Americans.
But it's like also they only think about what they want in the moment. It's about long-term goals. Like you're just going. So I just get up and I do whatever work. Like I have a set of like 5-7 goals, and I just go and do whatever I want. But I'm saying with that procrastination thing, I think a lot of people who get into comedy and stuff, it's like, well, I don't really know what I want to do. And there's a group of people over there that also don't know what they want to do. Yeah, and it's like good, and you
That's
can,
also
you can
why
have
a lot of
sex and have a
people.
good time.
That's why a lot of people go to law school too. That's just like the next
Go to
level
college.
of
Go to
people.
college in general. Yeah.
Yeah, who I don't know what I want to do, but just take 4 years.
So is
to
that
figure
why
it
you
out.
kind of did comedy? Because you just like didn't get it. You're like, I don't know what I
What
want to do.
attracted me to comedy was I grew up in a house where my parents were very passive aggressive to one another, and like the whole house was very passive aggressive. Nobody spoke to anyone really directly. Nobody really cared about each other's feelings or wants or needs. It's like I was like, oh, Dad, I'm cold. He'd be like, that's nice. Put a sweater on. Like, I'm really hot. Like, I don't know. Stick your head in the fridge. And that might also just be like immigrant boomer mentality. That they weren't. No one has perfect parents. They're all just figuring it out with what they have. But I didn't feel like I could be honest with my parents. I didn't feel like I could just like speak my mind. So that's what attracted me to stand up. I was like, wow, I can just say whatever I want in front of a group of people, and I'll never see them again. The stakes are really low. I can just say whatever, make jokes about myself, and it's like no consequences, right? So
Well, let me want to talk on that. As we talk about that though, guys, remember two things. Obviously, we here have been, we've had like our main YouTube channel shut down, 500,000 subs. I had my other YouTube channel given to somebody else,
Wow.
hundreds of thousands of subs on my other network. I've had so many things taken from me. I've had to go to court to get my things back. And, most importantly, I've had even people I've worked with threaten agencies that if they worked with this show, with my shows, anything I do, that they'll never work with them and, lose them out of hundreds of millions of dollars of contracts. Basically, people have wanted me to fail for a long time. And luckily for me, a lot of companies realize that you guys are watching this right now because you enjoy this, because this is the weirdest network and weirdest set of shows ever. We do like news and culture and comedy and stories. And part of what we do is we also have to pay for all this stuff. And we do that, of course, by partnering with companies that we believe in, companies that also, have, are part of our mission. One of those companies is Van Man. I just want to quickly remind you, these are products that you use every day in containers that don't have microplastics, that don't have forever chemicals, and also with ingredients that you can pronounce. For instance, this is a moisturizer. It lasts forever, legitimately. It's called the Tallow and Honey Balm. And this is a high quality product. Yeah, it's not super cheap, but nothing about it is poor quality or made cheap. This is if you want something that's high quality, it's not expensive either. It's priced just right for people who are looking for something that is the quality that they want in a woman or a man, the quality that they want for their own life. People that just want cheap things, I find, are cheap people, and they live cheap lives, and they're kind of pointless. But people who want to buy things and invest in things that are good for their skin, your skin is an organ. This is just beef and tallow and honey. It has essential oils in it as well, which help to smell good. You guys got to try this stuff. It's amazing for your skin. Plus, they have the zinc and tallow sunblock. This is just basic stuff, basic ingredients. It's set for life and can protect you and your skin from the sun. Plus, they have everything from deodorant to toothpaste, and all the products that you know and love for your family can be used when you're pregnant, breastfeeding. So it's really nice. You get none of these chemicals you can't use. In my family, got young kids, pregnant wife. No, she's not pregnant actually, but she was pregnant. Now she's breastfeeding again and again and again. And we got to make sure that we use the products that all of us can use, because you can't waste money when you have a family. You got to make sure you buy the right things, and also you also don't want to buy a ton of things because your house gets cluttery. So check them out right now at vanman.shop/Elijah. Use promo code Elijah for 10% off. vanman.shop/ELIJAH, promo code Elijah. Links in the screen and the description. So as you mentioned with your parents, you kind of like had this upbringing. You kind of could say what you want at the clubs. Do you feel like there's a lot of comedians are just trying to find themselves and they do it through comedy? Or why do you think people get into it? Why did you get into it? What do you see there?
I got into it because I didn't feel like I could be honest with the people around me, and it was like a form of, like, I've always been a creative person. Like I was almost a fine arts, studio arts major for college, and then I just had like an argument with a professor. She gave me a C. It was like a stupid installation art class. I had to hang something to the ceiling. I broke a light. She gave me a C for the whole course, and I was like, F that. I guess I'm not doing art anymore, which is like so silly that I would let just one person keep me off of that. But I've always been just like super artistic, and like when I was little, I would like take puppets to church and try to convince people that there was like a real cat that I was playing with. And so I was like always kind of funny and creative. So this just stand up really just, I felt like I could be myself on stage in front of people. And of course part of it is validation. Like I did well enough to keep going, right? Like if you start doing stand up and you just never get any laughs ever, like you're probably going to quit. So I was successful enough that the positives outweigh the negatives and kept going. And it was like a powerful form of validation. And I hate to be a stereotype, but like I did very much have daddy issues. And like when I graduated college, I was a textbook kind of feminist, and I was like a women's studies minor, and like I lived in Brooklyn, and I, had a ear cartilage piercing. Well, now it's the nose ring that people have, right? But never blue hair. But I was like textbook, open micer. So